Surprise! You just thought that you were done seeing me and these cookies, but I actually have one more thing that I found that I wanted to share with you. So, even though we are done decorating these cookies, I actually wanted to share one more thing with you, and that is how I package up the cookies and give them to the client. Welcome to Rock City Cookies, where we talk about all things cookies. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Now, in this case, I was the client, but I did have to package them up because I transported them to my parents' house where we had our surprise, we're going to Disney World party. So I did package them up in the same way that I give all of my cookie sets to my clients. And I do it differently than most anyone I know in the cookie world. So I thought I would share and just give you a different perspective on an option for you and how you give your cookies to your clients that you maybe haven't seen before. Now, I'm not saying I am right or wrong, but I do not like bakery boxes for my cookies. And by bakery boxes, I mean the type of boxes that are really flimsy cardboard that they pop up, and they usually have a film on the lid so that it is see-through. Sometimes you can get the boxes that are completely cardboard. Again, it's really thin cardboard that are completely cardboard and that close with the lid. And then other times you can get the ones that have the clear insert so you can see into the box. And I have seen a lot of really beautiful packaging. People will tie bows on them. People will add their little roadie cookie, their little thank you cookie. They will put those on the outside of the packaging so that it's nice and cute for their clients. They have made them look beautiful. And I love that. And I am not taking, if you use bakery boxes and you love them, I am not taking that away from you at all. And I encourage you to keep doing what you already do. However, I personally have never, ever liked bakery boxes. I don't feel like my cookies are secure in them. I don't trust that they aren't going to get broken in them. In fact, the few times that I have used bakery boxes to deliver the cookies to my clients, my cookies have broken. And once that has happened, especially once that has happened more than once, you seek out a solution to never let it happen again. Because it is so heartbreaking to pass off your cookies or about to pass off your cookies to a client in your hard work, hours and hours and hours of work, and it breaks. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, a long time ago, I came up with a different option. And that option is that I don't do bakery boxes ever. And instead, I use very secure and steady, very thick cardboard boxes. So in this video, you are watching me place all of my cookies upright, standing up in a box. In this box, I give the entire box to my client. Now, while you watch me put them in, I will say that these boxes are from Uline and I love them, but I know that there are a lot of different places that you can get boxes. So I'm not saying you have to use these particular boxes, but I do love Uline's boxes. And they are white on the outside and cardboard on the inside. Now, these are the boxes that I also use to ship my cookies when I sell on Etsy or if I'm just shipping, period. They are fantastic boxes. Seriously fantastic. I have shipped a lot of cookies. I can't even tell you how many cookies I have shipped. However, I have only had cookies break in shipment 3 times. Once the box looked like it was completely destroyed in shipping. Like half the box was missing. I have never seen a box mistreated as that. And that was one situation. Another situation, I attempted to package up my cookies in a different way, and I didn't use a Uline box. I used a different box. I actually recycled an Amazon box that we had gotten because the cookies were a very unique size. And so I used that box and my cookies broke. And then the third time, it was areas of a cookie that were really thin. The cookie itself, like the cookie area was thin and it was prone to breakage anyway. So that's what broke on those cookies. So it kind of was my fault in that I should have done a different design that didn't have small areas of the cookie that could have broken off anyway. Even if I wasn't shipping them, they were very fragile. So that was my fault. And I have since learned not to ship cookies that have really small areas that are easy to break off. But In all of the time shipping, that's the only time I've ever had any break. And I've never, since going to these boxes, I have never had any cookies break that I've given to clients. So that being said, I use these Uline boxes, and when they ship to you, this is what they look like. So you have to put them together. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this on camera. Let's see. So when it comes like this, you just assemble them. Super easy. They're just folded boxes. So you fold in one side, and then you do the same thing and you fold in this side. Okay, so now you have a completed box. And so again, if I'm shipping cookies, I put them in here, not this particular size, but I do put them in the box and then tape everything down and I label it and all that good stuff. But when you are giving your cookies to a client locally, you're not gonna want the lid on it. So what I do is I just cut off the lid so that it just becomes the bottom box. And this is so sturdy that I know that a client can put this in their cardboard, their baseboard, floorboard, whatever that's called in a car. A client can put this in their floorboard of their car or even in the seat of their car, and it's not going to break the cookies. So they're nice and secure in this box. I have multiple size boxes. I actually use these boxes not only for cookies, but we ship cookie cutters in these too. So if you order more than one cookie cutter, they'll go in a box like this. So this size right here, and I'll put all the sizes down in the description box below, but this square size is an 8x8x2, and it holds 2 dozen cookies, like perfectly. 2 dozen cookies I can get in this 8x8x2. 3 dozen I have to go up to it's a rectangle size, but it holds just a little bit more. It's got just a little bit more length. So I tend to get 3 dozen in this one. I don't have it on me, but in the box that you see in the video, that's a much larger box, and I'll be sure and put those dimensions in there. And I can hold like 4 to 5 dozen in those type boxes. Otherwise, any bigger than that, I just do additional boxes. I would do multiple of a smaller box in that case. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to show you, and I can insert some pictures of other cookie sets that have gone out in these size boxes so you can see multiple sets of what that looks like when I give my cookies to a client. It's not like the most beautiful presentation. I understand that. And presentation for a lot of people means a lot. But one of the things I do really like about giving your cookies, and again, every single cookie is heat sealed. Do not give out your cookies without having some sort of protective packaging on them. Please, please, please. Always heat seal. Even if you don't want to heat seal and you want to do the self-sealed packages or shrink wrap, which I do plan on experimenting with soon and recording a video and putting that on here so that you can see what it's like to shrink wrap your cookies, because I'm very interested in that and I really do think that I'm going to love that and I'm going to want to do that in the future, but I just haven't made the jump to do it. However, no matter how you package your cookies, please, please make sure they have some sort of protective packaging on them to keep them safe from any sort of accidents, but also to keep them fresh and preserve them for your clients. But with these boxes, I know that they're not the most beautiful things in the world, but because they're such strong cardboard, you don't have to worry about your cookies breaking because your cookies are sitting straight up. You don't have to worry about the pressure of them getting hurt because they have weight on them and they're leaning and they're not sitting straight up or they're rubbing against each other. You don't have to worry about that at all in a box like this. But in addition to that, when your client comes and picks up their cookies, one of the things I love the feedback that I get is that when a client is just sitting there and they just pick up their cookies and they're able to see all of the designs at that time. So they're able to look through them and see what all they have in person. And I feel like that makes a difference whenever you have a bakery box that has a big bow on it and ribbon and all of that. Yes, it is kind of like they're unwrapping a gift when they get that. And it's beautiful. At the same time, though, they can't see all their cookies. So this does give them that way to just look and see that all of their cookies are there. It also allows me to quickly double check myself. I never give a box of cookies out to a client without recounting them. So it also is a way I'm just able to really quickly go through and count how many cookies I have and to make sure that my count matches up with what the client requested. I do normally send 1 or 2 extra cookies if I can with the client just as a thank you. Plus I do send a thank you cookie. So normally my clients end up with 2 or 3 extra cookies cookies per the order. It just depends on how many extra I have and how much they ordered. The more you order, the more free cookies you get. I've gone over this in another video, but the more you order tends to be the more free cookies you get in my world, because I always make extra in case I mess up, make extra of every single design in case I mess up. So a lot of times I'll include a few of those extra cookies in the order, and this will still hold those. But I have done this for years, and I've never had anyone complain that when they came to pick up their cookies, it wasn't packaged in a bakery box, or it didn't have a pretty ribbon on it or a bow on it. Because even if that's really important to you, you could still put a ribbon or some sort of, you could put a bow right here. You could still make your box prettier than it is. But that's just tends to be what I do. And I also want to recommend with your food cottage laws, another good place to put your info is here on the box, so that it's with your cookies. You can put it here, you can put it at the bottom of your box, in addition to the labels that are on your actual cookies themselves. That way there's no confusion and your client knows if there's any food allergens or any of those things. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here real fast, and while you watched me put my cookies into one of my boxes, I wanted to explain what I do and why I do it. So I hope that that was helpful and just kind of gives you additional ideas in case you too are not a fan of bakery boxes. And you can also, I know some people really like in the bottom of their bakery boxes to put shred. You can still do that in these kind of boxes too. So you do have options, and I wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much for watching. Now we are officially done with our Disney World series, and I can't wait to start a new one with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.